Sheriff's office.
Hey, she's getting some water right now. He's over there hiding by the pool.
Jeremy, you run for... Whoa!
Hi everyone, Donut here. Welcome to another episode of Don't Turn Your Back on That Trailer. Today's main video starts like a lot of these do. Cops being called out to a rural domestic violence situation. Very dangerous. They were probably hoping it was just some shirtless dude who drank a little bit too much Miller Lite and is yelling at the moon. Instead, they pull up on what turns out to be a backyard horror show involving a rifle, a swimming pool, and a local Rambo hiding in the bushes.
Where's the sniper?
Two deputies end up taking rounds, one ends up running blind, but the third pulls off a stealth kill behind the tree line. Not to mention, we're going to go into a really weird story involving a love triangle between three dudes in England. Let's talk about our sponsor first. Turtle Beach, what did you send me? 2 Stealth 700 headsets? All right, listen here, folks. These things are pretty cool. They sound incredible, feel great, and quite recently, they have made me a vegetable on my couch playing my PlayStation 5. And if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of a PC gamer also. What this means is that with one of these headsets, I can seamlessly switch between my PCs or my PlayStation 5 downstairs on my TV. Whether I'm being a lazy piece of shit on my couch or up here gaming on my PCs and I really need to hear those footsteps in the next room, one headset can do the job. The Stealth 700 has the industry's first ever crossplay dual wireless transmitter system. Like I said, you can easily switch between your consoles or PCs. Another badass feature these things have is if you're playing on your console, you can connect to your phone to listen to music or take a call. At the same time, listen to your favorite songs while gaming on the Stealth 700s. Not only do they have really great headsets, they have every gaming accessory that you could ever hope for, which are also very high quality at prices that don't break your bank. They have flight and racing simulators, controllers, keyboards, and mice. So much cool stuff over at turtlebeach.com. So I've already mentioned how awesome the audio quality is. The mic quality is just as good. Oh, where's the mic? Check this out. Boop! You'll get crystal clear communication with all your teammates right here. Dude, these things are comfortable and they sound great. I was never a big fan of wireless headsets because battery life. On one charge, these things have 80 hours of battery life. With quick charge, so you don't have to wait hours for them to charge up before gaming. And right now, you can get 10% off of them by going to turtlebeach.com and using the code DONUT. That's right, 10% off your first purchase by using the code DONUT at turtlebeach.com. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. Before we get into our main video, I gotta warn you, this next story is so bizarre and cartoonishly horrifying. This one comes straight out of the UK, the land of illegal memes, where I just read over 1,000 people have been arrested this year so far for saying things on the internet. The UK is now apparently the home to pornographic gay cannibals. That's a movie I don't want to watch. I will not reference the space movie from 1992. A Colombian porn star is currently on trial in London for allegedly murdering an elderly gay couple that he used to collaborate with. Here's the rundown. This guy allegedly whacked one of the men in the head with a hammer, stabbed the other repeatedly, and then decided, well, guess I better start my own British edition of Dexter, because what came next? He chopped them up, put their heads in a freezer, and stuffed the rest of their parts into a suitcase. Then he rolls on down to the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol, about 100 miles away, with, of course, the suitcases of doom. A random cyclist spots him and says, oh, look, it's a tourist with some luggage. Sir, that's not a tourist, and that luggage is not something you want to see, bud. Inside the bags, yeah, you guessed it, and somehow it still gets weirder. The guy, after committing the murders, allegedly filmed himself singing and dancing. Because nothing says mentally stable like filming a TikTok video where you're dancing around after stuffing your gay clients' heads into a cooler. Prosecutors say that he did try to drain their bank accounts, made a PowerPoint with their financial information, and even Googled serial killers of London, as well as how much money does a used chest freezer cost.
You trying to get caught?
He's already admitted to manslaughter, just not murder. Like the two elderly guys tripped, fell into pieces, and then put themselves into the refrigerator in the suitcases. He didn't mean to do that. So yeah, that's a weird one. Let's move on to another story. Let's talk about Houston, also known as the Dodge Charger of Texas. Here's what's going on in that fine metro soup of bad decision making and traffic. A teenager is on parole for murder. Yep, murder. Oh, and while he is on parole, he decided to celebrate his little bit of freedom by beating up an elderly woman. To be specific, an 81-year-old woman in a parking lot. She's just loading her car, kid walks up, grabs her by her lanyard, picks her up, throws her on the ground like it's WWE. Then he takes off in her car and immediately crashes into 7 other vehicles in the parking lot. 7.
You're the man, I drive like a woman.
And here's where you really start to question if Houston even is a real place. This kid is out on parole for capital murder. When he was 14, he shot a guy 8 times, of course, killing him, and he had already had a rap sheet full of robberies. Somehow the system looked at him and said, yeah, give him another shot. He's got a GED.
He looked all right to me.
Atlanta, Texas, what are we doing? He could have been in prison for 20 years, but after his original sentencing, they gave him 2 years.
Is he doing it again?
He's doing it again.
Maybe now they'll revoke his parole. I do hope 81-year-old Sandra Glenn makes a full recovery. Hopefully this dude sees a little bit of justice after this. And once again, I f***ing hate the legal system. Let's move on to an incident that, believe it or not, makes a little bit more sense than what we just covered. It's got cops, bullets, and something that Houston seems to have misplaced: consequences. Logan County, Oklahoma, April 2nd, 2025. Judging by this call, this place is the Florida of the Midwest. Deputies are responding to a domestic call. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Wrong. Deputies roll up to this charming little slice of America and knock on the front door. A woman casually lets them in and lets them know that her ex is hiding by the pool. Not a he ran out back or yeah, he's acting a little weird. Just he's hiding by the pool, like a sneaky little raccoon who just drinks beer and doesn't pay child support.
Hello, Sheriff's Office.
Hey, she's getting some water right now. He's over there hiding by the pool.
Our first deputy starts heading around the side of the house, calls out the suspect's name, and that's when this happens.
By the pool. Where's the pool? Jeremy, you run for... Whoa! Ow! County shots fired. I'm hit.
County, give me some units out here.
Boom, gets hit, ambushed mid-sentence, just casually walking around the corner. He goes down bleeding, calls for backup. Meanwhile, Deputy 2 takes a hit and scrambles for cover. These dudes are currently leaking and are trying to coordinate and figure out what the hell's going on.
Jeremy, you run for... Whoa! Ow!
County, I'm hit.
And credit where it's due, they don't panic. They're trying to put this together while finding cover. As they're getting to cover, they're communicating and looking for the shooter.
Where are you hit?
These dudes took bullets to the face and keep on going. It's almost weird how calm they are during this. Balls of steel.
How are you so calm?
But now we have an even bigger problem.
He's still up, moving.
That is really bad news for these injured officers. But we do have some good news. Let's meet Deputy number 3. Backup has arrived. He rolls up, gets behind some excellent cover, a tree, and starts scanning with his rifle.
Do you have visual on him?
I don't. Do you guys?
No, I don't. Tom, what's your injuries?
We both have facial.
Okay, can you still see?
No, I can't.
Okay, where can we get you to cover? Are you in cover?
102, there's no cover back here.
So now we got 2 deputies down, the guy's somewhere behind the pool, and the 3rd deputy trying to find again who may have just landed the shot that ended it. That's the worst part. After the shot, nobody really knows where the guy is. Cue the call for the drone, because nothing says rural SWAT like, hey, get that DJI up in the air. We are searching for meth gremlins. They locate the dude with the drone, but he's dead. Good shot, officer. Turns out the guy took one shot from officer number 3 who was posted up behind the tree. Suspect then got off one last shot before collapsing. Turns out these officers have been to this property multiple times for domestic disturbance. From the radio traffic, it sounds like they even know who the suspect is.
As soon as I showed up, Tom and Nero were walking up to the house. I pulled up back here where my unit is. He stood up, started firing at them. I just grabbed my rifle and
Saying
got,
62 city. I'll be in the
got
area.
sturdy on that fence and shot
62
him.
left.
So
George,
We know this guy, though.
He had a rep, he had warrants. This was a bad dude on a predictable trajectory. Even while bleeding out, everyone did their job, didn't get injured any further, and went home that day. Suspect is definitely dead. All in all, in this situation, both deputies survived their wounds and one turd was flushed. That's all I got for you fine people today. If you want to help support the channel, donutoperator.com. Head on over to pepperbox.tv or follow me on every social media platform where I will be streaming full time soon. Until next time, please have a fantastic day.
Whack.